Anyway. So this is Mr. Shifty. I've been playing it for a while silently at my desk, and unfortunately it apparently doesn't support cloud saves, so we can't jump right to the end of the story, which is what I want to do. Instead I'll show you the beginning, but you know what? There won't be spoilers, so I guess that's a good thing. And yeah, that's the kind of thing I can do. Alright, so teaching me how to play. Basically I play this guy Mr. Shifty, who can teleport a short distance ahead, and that's his main power. Right. I can also murder people and throw them out of windows. So the way they've set up these enemies, at least these early enemies, they aim a laser at you, and you can see the laser on you, but they don't fire until you've had a second to react. Oh, but I went... See, if you teleport straight down the laser, that's not very intelligent, so... I think I just teleported through the bullet. They do a great job of having the enemy just sort of follow the last thing that you did for just a second, just long enough for you to have an advantage over them. The doors in this building are very sensitive to, all right, to how many employees are left alive in the building. I guess it's probably a productivity measure that all the doors are locked as long as the employees are around, and they only unlock when all the employees are dead. Feels a bit draconian, but hey there, garlic burp. All right, yeah. So that is slow motion. That happens if I nearly get killed. If a bullet gets close to me, and I've got enough. See that orange bar? If I fill up that orange bar, then that'll queue up slow-mo. And that means the next time a bullet gets close to me, slow-mo kicks in, and I have a chance to escape it. But it means I've got to do a lot of successful things right in a row. Like, you can't just sort of build it up slowly over time. You have to actually stay in a fight and just sort of keep maintaining your damage to the enemy. By the way, I love this game does it, and Ticket to Earth, which is an iPad game I've been playing lately, does this too, where they have these dialogue boxes. Oh! They have these dialogue boxes, and when a character really wants to say something intensely, they zoom in on their face and skew it at a slight Dutch angle. And it does this great job of, like, subtly conveying the urgency of the situation. These guys will shoot each other with impunity, by the way. I've never played a game that captured the feeling of, like, a Matrix gunfight. or like a Matrix fist fight with gun-toting enemies, the way that this game does. And And it's just a simple top-down thing, you know. They're not trying to go for some, you know, big, crazy, over-the-top AAA thing. They're just, here's a simple mechanic. Top-down, run in there and just feel like a complete cinematic badass. So they drop you in, they teach you the mechanics first, and then they start feeding you the story. And actually, I just realized that I am totally in the way of the story right now. Just a little zoom in on Nix's face is just, I love it. Ticket to Earth, by the way, that other game that uses that same effect, is pretty fun too. It's like a weird puzzly turn-based strategy game on the iPad, and I've been having a good time with that one too. I got to the end of it, so I'm kind of waiting for another episode to kick in. This game has a lot of content, by the way. I've been playing it for days at my desk. I still haven't gotten to the end of it. I think there's like 16 stages, and each one contains a lot of levels. Oh, that was not how you teleport properly through things. At least these ones aren't moving. Oh, okay, I needed to time that precisely. Excellent. This game only has checkpoints at the beginning of levels, so sometimes some of these puzzle sequences can get frustrating. Like if there's one little bit that's just really easy to screw up near the end, it can be a big problem. Did that mean I turned them off? Okay. Hey there, Joker. Oh, hello. What happens if I mess with this? So every little thing like that you could do in this game is thought of. Yeah, that was not a good move. I should have. Guy's just by himself up there. So these guys are only melee fighters. They take 3 hits to take down instead of 2. And usually, like if you can, as long as you can sort of stun lock them, they're not that dangerous. But when there's lots of them and you're only stun locking one of them, the other ones can get off a huge lethal punch at your face. So these guys are not scary individually, but they are very scary in a group. Ideally, you'll want like weapons and things to deal with multiples of them at a time. There we go. Oh no! I am trapped. What's this? Got a key. One thing this game does is it makes you feel like you're always just... Oh no! Just a very short distance away from your goals. Like the way the initial story setup is that, you know, I've just got a simple heist I gotta pull off, but then they catch me and then things do. Oh no. Yeah. See, now I gotta go all the way back to the beginning of this. But yeah, but then they catch me and they start ratcheting up the resistance, and like this thing that was supposed to be a simple heist becomes a really complicated heist. But I like that because, you know, I mean, you definitely always feel like you're very close to accomplishing something. It doesn't feel like, you know, you've got, you know, 9 more years of gameplay before you can actually accomplish anything. Like, you feel like you're always there. But it has a little bit of a downside, which is I kept feeling like I was so close to the end. I kept thinking, oh, well, this will be my last session. I'm almost done with this game, and I would expect a payoff, but then it kept stretching out longer and longer. Like, I thought there were going to be only 10 stages, then 12 stages, and then no, there's 16 stages. And at least I think there's 16 stages. Maybe the one I'm on, you know, in my real save game back in my desk, maybe that's not even the last stage. So Joker says this game seems odd. I'm curious, odd in what way? Because it's very reminiscent of Hotline Miami. Like you can really see sort of the influence there. Is this gonna be bad? There's lots of little lasers. Oh, I can peek around and see where everybody is. Well, let's get a one of these. Oh, whoops, that guy was ready for me. But yeah, I mean, you can tell, you know, somebody basically was like, okay, what if you had Hotline Miami, only instead of just failing all the time until you lucked into a good solution, you actually had a power that made you feel like you were a badass that could make it through a lot. Because there are some levels where I have to keep playing it again and again, but there's some situations where I'll get into a new scenario, a new combat scenario, or a trap that I've never seen before, but I'll have just enough mastery of my character's abilities that I'll be able to get out of it in one try. And I feel like, you just feel like an amazing badass after doing something like that. Yeah, Con Sailor Star asks, you know, was there any like sort of halfway climax to the game and then a twist? Like, yes, that happens about 4 or 5 times in this game. Like I was saying earlier, like they just always keep you very close to thinking you're about to win. And early on, you know that can't be the case, right? You're not going to win after like just 3 stages, but so you realize that expectation is unrealistic, but still, the story is still telling you you're almost done. And they keep adding twists and twists and twists. And it's not like, you know, mind-blowing, you know, Sixth Sense type stuff, but it's enough that you feel like you just never quite know where the game's going to take you. You start kind of assuming that everything you do is going to go disastrously wrong. They were the authors of their own demise. The Joker points out that these graphics, he says, you know, you can't tell that if it's modern or if it's 5 years ago. And I feel like what you're saying is that the graphics of this game are timeless, right? That basically they've chosen a look that doesn't sort of depend on being absolutely cutting edge. That didn't work. It's a look that, you know, is good cut that works with a lot of different at least the door's right in front of this challenge. I remember failing at this a lot originally too. There we go. There we go. So another thing I like, these guys, they come up with a world that has some very simple rules. Things like picking up weapons. You can pick up one object, carry it in your hand, fight with it. You know, it's how you fight is by hitting people with or throwing that object. And so when they have you collect something for your heist, they make it that kind of object. They don't come up with some new thing for you to do. They let you use it as your weapon. Or at least as something that you have to protect. You know, I actually, this sequence kind of reminds me a little bit of the ending of Fast 8 or whatever that was called, Fate of the Furious. Where, you know, I've got a thing I got to protect, and so I'm running around beating people up. They've got guns, I've just got my fists, and I got to protect this piece of precious cargo. So these guys will mostly shoot each other if I can just manage not to get shot myself. Oh, whoa, I didn't think they were gonna shoot through that door. But I was wrong. There we go. Ah! Is that everybody? Yeah. I like they have a lot of fun sending you back through parts of levels you've already been through. And in a lot of those cases, you know, they let you use your knowledge to benefit you know, in the level. Like they like in that last place, because I had already set off that one trap, I knew exactly what to expect from it. Yeah, I knew exactly what to expect from that trap, and so when I saw it, I was like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. It's kind of a fun feeling. Did that work? Wow. Did that thing bounce from one guy to the other? Oh no, oh no, it's a bomb! Crap! So that was a decoy. It's a twist! Yeah, I think the Constellar Star points out that like the way that the lighting's handled this game, it looks cell shaded. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go when you want, you know, just very clean, simple images. Where like, because right now, you know, when I see guys, like I see a yellow jacket on a guy, I know that's a guy with a machine gun. If I see the pink shirt, I know that that's the you know, big tough dude. And this game relies a lot on you being able to very extremely quickly pick out one enemy from another, because